All right, let's go ahead and mess around with the interface. So to the left, we have our library. And this has all kinds of good stuff we can use. But right now, let's just go ahead and throw in a tree. And what a lovely tree it is. So all I had to do was just grab the tree and pull it in. Now, to the top right is our scene organizer. Let's go ahead and select the tree that we just dragged in. And I can play with the properties of the tree. Change the colors of the leaves. Whatever. Okay. So that is the properties, and that's here. Next, we have our middle buttons. So, import. This is what you would use if you wanted to import a file from another 3D object. So I already have one downloaded. I'm going to click import, open, Chewy Final. Import. Okay, so now here's my Chewy. It was set here because this is where my origin is. So I'm just going to scoot it over a little bit. Move it up. And there's a good old Chewy. Okay, rotate it. And there we are. I'm going to get rid of this tree because it's throwing a shadow on. Oh no, it's not. This is throwing the shadow. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. There we go. We have Chewy. So now what I want to do is add some color to Chewy. So I'm going to click on Materials. And this is my default material. And I'm just going to go to my Properties, which is down here again. And I'll add like a brown. And now we have Chewy with color. This is where you can mess around with attributes. Anyway, play, explore, have fun. Okay, next we have populate. Okay, so populate is where you can create a path for people to walk. And that's it. And then you can also populate. I can like paint on trees or foliage. So I click foliage, paint, and then I just add a tree that I want to use. And now I can just paint them in. I can just use the paint rather than having to click, 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 click. Right? This is an easier way to make a forest. All right, let's go to media. So this is where you can create clips for like presentations or videos. For example, I'll click here, and I just taken a picture of my scene. But if I mess around in the properties, right, I can change it to nighttime, and it changes it to nighttime here as well. And then if I click another image, this one has stayed, and this one is the one I'm currently messing with. Right? So this is how you can say if you're doing a presentation, you're trying to propose creating a master plan community like Quail Lakes or Tierra del Sol and Madeira. I think that's what it's called in Madeira. You could do like a summer view, a winter view, a day view, a night view, a snowy view, whatever. And then we have our export. And this is where you can export your images, your videos, your panorama presentation, etc. Up top here, edit preferences. Here's where you can change the quality of your images. Let's keep it at low because it'll make things faster and easier, and you will probably not crash that way. All right, then we have this little beastie, material picker. So I'm going to go in, select my sphere, click material picker, go to my properties, where is it? Oh, materials, properties, and I can change the color of my sphere. There we go. So I'm dragging on here. I've added this material onto my sphere, and then I can mess around with it as such. Okay, this path tracer enables or disables path tracer rendering mode. Let's not play with this one because it will slow your situation down. So just keep it off. Collision. Okay, collision, what this does is when you're moving something, it will not go through an object. Let me see if I can move this. See, I'm trying to pull it over and it stops me. Or if I turn this off, it'll go right through it. So the reason that you would want to do something like that is say you are putting something close together. Man, what's going on with this thing? Anyway, say you're close together. You don't want to combine these two and merge them. So you would put the collision on so that they could be right next to each other, but not in each other, if that makes sense. Then we have gravity. Let's go ahead and move Chewbacca up here. Why is he being so difficult right now? All right, I'm just going to grab the ball then. Okay, there's the ball. When I click gravity, it drops, right? So again, gravity makes it drop. Pivot point. Okay, so if I'm rotating this here, right, the pivot point is here, I'm just spinning it. If I move the pivot point to say here, and then I rotate. Now the ball is rotating around this point versus when it was right on the ball itself and it was just spinning it. This toggles between the local and world axis. Local would be the object, world would be everything. Down here we have our statistics, and you can see this thing is making my CPU run hard right now. We have our eye icon, shows you the time of day, the speeds, taking a screenshot. Pedestrian view versus drone mode. So this will give you the view as if someone was walking straight ahead, and the drone mode is the up in the air. VR, you can connect a VR headset. This will give you the different views of your project. Clipping, I don't know what clipping is. And this is just showing you those tools up at the top. Full screen. See, here are my tools. And I'm going to hide the tools. Or the navigation, I'm sorry. Right, they're gone now. Just make sure you understand the ambiance, right? We can change the time of day, exposure, weather, all that cool stuff. And that is pretty much it for the navigation. We'll see you next time.